Good afternoon, everybody. Oh, it feels like I just talked to you. Well, I guess I did. So, for those of you coming back from the show this morning about Michaela Jones, thank you. Thank you so much. I've already seen that it's being shared to get help for her family. That is amazing. Amazing. But I expect nothing less. You guys are awesome. Let's see who's in here. Got a bunch of people in. I told a lot of people hello before, so if I miss you, I apologize. I see Magoo, just me. I'm not buying it. Connie, I did send you an email. I certainly did. There's Nene, Walking Dead. Exactly, JPL. Exactly. Bless Kylie and her family at this time. You've got that right. Karen's in here. Stacy, Joy Jones. Hello. Shorty Mama. What a cool name. I like that. Got some new names in here. Get comfortable. Hit the sub button. Give it a like. I'm just getting situated on this end, so bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves. Shy Wolf. Hello. So I was trying to get something pulled up on the screen for later, something that Bob gave me permission to share with you guys. Just me said yes. Bless her family. So before we get to the show, I'm going to try to keep it, I'm not going to be here for 2-3 hours like I've been doing lately. Got to get back to how we normally do it, hour and a half. So on Friday, we got a real cluster on our hands, my friends, a real cluster. On Friday, we know that Ryan Upchurch came into chat and he said he had a video. It's going to blow our minds. We came in for the watch party and got to chill and talk with each other. It was really cool. Had a lot of new people. It was awesome. Anyway, long story short, as you know, the video came out last night. And a lot of people were like, what the hell is going on here? I saw the pictures of the public information officer that is friends, I believe, I guess, with another YouTuber. Crazy coincidence. If it's true, I'm not going to lie. It's crazy. But I just have a little disclaimer before we get into this. Everybody is welcome here. We don't have to be on the same page. We don't have to have the same opinion. There's no reason to have a big argument about Ryan Upchurch. There's nothing like that at all. No arguments to be had here. If you believe what he's saying, that's totally on you. A lot of people have been asking me what I think, and I'm going to tell you. There is a lot of people on this planet that have lost children. This upset them very badly. I know that I had an email. It came in late last night. I didn't get it till this morning. I haven't responded to it yet. And it just said, see, Brooks, I told you these things happen. You're so naive. And this was in regards to Summer Wells. We've been talking about Summer Wells since June of 2021. Summer Wells is a real little girl that's missing. I guess something was brought up about Gabby Petito. Gabby Petito is a real person that her family misses very, very much. Kylie Rodney is a real person that, yeah, you can call me ignorant if you want. I truly believe either had a very bad accident and was at the bottom of the lake for over 2 weeks, or there might be something more to it. There could be foul play involved, and that she has very real people in her life that are grieving very badly right now. And if you don't agree with me and you think I'm not understanding what goes on, then I'm sorry. But no, 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 no. And anyone that was under the impression that this channel is going to believe anything that he says or whatever, I don't really know where that came from. I really don't. You know, you can enjoy someone's music. I'm a George Strait fan myself. Disclaimer, I didn't know who the man was until the Summer Wells case. It was Tiffany Marie that had it on her community tab, and she said, something about Ryan Upchurch was talking about Summer Wells. I didn't know who he was. I honestly didn't. You know, he came in last week. It was a great conversation. He's very passionate, really fired up. And that doesn't make someone right because they're talented. But you believe however you want. And if you want to discuss what you're seeing, saying that all of this is a setup, that, you know, this is some sort of setup. I said early on, I said, are these kids pulling a hoax on us? Okay, that was way before we saw a CRV coming out of the water. That's totally different. I was talking about the kids. She's a real person. And there are people in her life, not so much the ones at the party. I'm not getting off of that. No. Adventures with Purpose are good dudes. They are good dudes. They are not in on anything like that. I just do not believe that. And like I said, I see some people in here that disagree with me, and that's okay. If you would like me to drop the link and you want to come up and discuss how you believe that Kylie Rodney wasn't a real person, then we'll talk to you for a little bit. We can't do this. I almost lost my mind when I received the email from, I haven't seen her in here yet. Saying Summer Wells is made up as well. And I'm not saying that he said Kylie is made up, but an autopsy was performed that said this is Kylie. No, they didn't do a live stream about it. We didn't get to see it. But no, she's a real person. She's a real person. As far as the party goes, was there a big party, little party? I don't know. But Kylie Rodney was in her CRV at the bottom of Prosser Lake for over 2 weeks, and that's heartbreaking. Whether she had been drinking, not drinking, again, I don't know. Only thing I have on that is what Sammy said. I don't believe a lot of what Sammy says or other make-believe people from the party. When I say other, I don't mean as in Kylie's make-believe. I don't believe Ronnie's cousins. That whole thing didn't make sense to me. Again, you can tell me what you think. I would love to hear it. No, Ryan Upchurch did not say Summer wasn't real. No, this was an email I got, and I'm watching the chat to see if she comes in, because I would love to see her come up and explain how now we have Summer isn't real. Did you run the car tags? No, I didn't run the car tags. I saw a picture of the car tags. And like I said, if you want me to put the link up and you want to explain to me why Adventures with Purpose would do this, or why this little town in California would do it, you're welcome to. We don't do drama around here, and I'm not inviting it. But I feel very, very bad for people that are missing Kylie right now, and their lives they'll never be the same. They'll never be the same. I watched the video. I'm not understanding from it. Maybe I am stupid. I don't think so. I didn't get from it how she couldn't be a real person. There's no proof there was Kylie. I get what he's saying there, but we don't, I mean, how many cases do we follow where law enforcement is 100% transparent with us? If there's a crime committed, pictures of the body, not trying to be crass, are shown to a jury, not us. I mean, the whole town. So, I mean, last week it was like 50-50 in the crime community. Was this just an accident? We still don't know, by the way. That's the matter at hand. That's the matter at hand, in my opinion. Or is there some sort of foul play? Some people are like, why are we talking about this? It's just an accident. Again, you may not enjoy the show because we're going to talk about that again. Hang on, Misty said, Ryan just wants the true crime community to prove him not real, but Kylie is real. Yeah. She was a real person. Yeah. What is this? Army of mods can't get a coherent thought out, conjecture flying. I don't blame Ryan if he bounces on true crime with this kind of thing, trying to coattail on him. AWP gonna enjoy a Hellcat on Ryan. Are they accepting it? Nobody's writing any coattails. I didn't even know who the man was. This channel's been going, and this community's been going for quite a while, way before the Kylie Rodney case. Way before. If you believe this and you believe all of this is a setup, every bit of it, like I said, then that's fine. That's you. That's what you believe. I have a very hard time believing it. I just have a very hard time believing it. Someone mentioned the Hellcat. Hang on, I had something. I was loading. I was waiting for it to load. Awen Flo said, I think, oh shoot, hang on. I think that AWP was duped. Well, I think there's something really weird there too, and I don't mean on those guys. I still try to figure out why they were told not to search a certain area, and that's where the CRV was. I've seen people saying, well, that might not have been the right car. How many CRVs were in the bottom of the lake? How many autopsies were performed last Tuesday that came back that were Kylie Rodney? Come on. And these things are dangerous. I mean, he might get in trouble for this. I don't know. Someone said, I don't know what channel it is, so forgive me if you know, put it in here, that another creator found something where Placer County's trying to get a hold of him. I mean, I don't know that they want his take on if she's real or not. I think it might be something else, but I don't know. And there's a lot of things with this case that do not make sense, which is why we've been talking about it. And that's okay to talk about things. That's okay. But for me to come on here and let's say her mom is going through YouTube and see someone's talking about her daughter and she hears, nah, it's not real. The whole thing was all just made up. No, I don't get that. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. I know AWP, it's kind of been twisted around a little bit. AWP said there's going to be some heavy stuff that comes out. I don't think they meant that she's not real or that the whole thing's a setup by any means. They risked their lives to go into that lake. They searched other places, and they bring out the CRV and they said she is inside of it. What in the hell? But I mean, we agree to disagree here. I don't believe there was 2 Honda CRVs in the bottom of the lake with the same tag number. Remember, they have a video coming out. All of this was documented. The theory doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense. It also doesn't make sense to me that for over a week, her car has been in possession of law enforcement. They said that the FBI is going through it. And that her autopsy was completed last Tuesday. And nothing has been announced as far as she passed away due to drowning or undetermined, like we spoke about on the Michaela Jones show this morning, or homicide. We have not heard any cause of death. People say, oh, well, they're keeping it quiet for the family. Well, don't they want all this to go away? Or, we have the car and believed to be an accident. Very interesting on the private investigator's Twitter that he had a video that was a lot clearer than what I saw from KCRA, I think it was. And you clearly see the wheels rolling. Once the LE told AWP not to search in that area, you can't trust them. Adventures with Purpose or law enforcement? Some people are talking about the Hellcat. Hang on. I got Jules backstage. I got a few people backstage. Let's see what she's got going on and how her weekend went while I'm doing this. Hello, Jules. What's going on?
What's up? How are you?
Doing good. So
Good,
what's your take
good.
on this? I mean, I'm going to assume that you saw the video.
Yes. The wheels were turning. Are you talking about that video?
The one saying that
that she's real.
Yeah.
She is a real person. I agree with that 100%. She is real.
Pink Butterfly said they're waiting to see. He's waiting to see if they want the car or money. Well, Bob, our friend Bob, he put something, I guess it's in YouTube comments for Upchurch. He said, are you still going to give AWP your Hellcat or $100,000? He said, I've emailed them twice and got no response. If they don't want it, there's nothing I can do. If I can't get them to email me back, I don't know where to send a check to. So it is what it is. He said, I don't know anymore. So I guess he's just got to wait for them to say, this is where you send the check, or don't worry about it. And yes, Bob gave me permission for that.
Way to go, Bob.
Do what? Go ahead, Jules.
I said, way to go, Bob. Way to go. I don't know why they would want the car other than I would take it and put auction and try to raise even more money for my purpose. But maybe they just don't want to be in the middle of everything and they just want to keep on doing what they do.
Well, they did send an email. They were emailing back and forth, I believe, with SF Investigates. It was another question at hand. And they said, in these cases, we don't get involved in the drama. And there's drama in all of them. You've got you've got family drama. Now we have social media drama. This is, a little different type of drama, I'm sure, for them. She said they have the NY to LA. I love that name, by the way. She said they have a designated place to send donations to. It's not brain surgery. Yeah, it's on their website too. I don't know how to pronounce this name. Look at this. People keep speaking for others they clearly don't know. Well, do you want to come up? How do you know they don't want a $1,000 car or check, Turbo? I don't know. I clearly said that. They're either going to say, send it to P.O. Box, blah, 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 or they're going to ignore the emails. I don't know. I'm not speaking for them. And you might be one of the ones that's not going to have a good time here. You might be one of the ones that's not going to have a good time here. Or you can take the link. All right, so right there, that's what Upchurch responded to Bob on. He said, I've emailed them twice, got no response. If they don't want it, he said, there ain't nothing I can do. If I can get them to email me back, I don't know where to send a check to. So it is what it is. That's what he said. He said, I don't know anymore. That's it. And we have Connie Branch backstage. She wanted to come up and address what was said yesterday. She just went through a loss, so we're going to be extremely respectful and talk to her really quick. Hello, Connie.
Hi, Brooks. I have never done this before, so
we'll walk you through it.
I'm going to be as polite as I can be, but you got to remember right now I am very angry.
Okay.
And I am very raw. And I have messaged Ryan Upchurch several times. He will not get back to me. I would love to go head to head and toe to toe with this man. How dare he say that child that those parents lost was not deceased in that car? I'm sorry, but how dare he say that? They're already going through a major loss. She is real. And now he's got to bring up this kind of stuff?
Some people say it was taken out of context, and he's not saying that she's not really real. I had to listen to it again.
I have listened to this
setup.
I have listened to this man. I've listened to that video several times, so I don't make a mistake in my own grieving process here. He comes out and he says, she is not real. Those are words he said.
I heard it.
How dare he? You can actually tell that man probably hasn't had a loss in his life yet. And God forbid when he does. So, you got my email.
Yes.
I have lost 5 children since 2012. I have 8 children. I have 3 living. Oh. I just lost a son last week. Does he going to go ahead and say my 5 children were a conspiracy and weren't real?
I would hope not.
I would hope not. That's why I would love to go toe to toe to this one man. Because how dare he? Those parents are grieving. That child was in that car. I don't know how she got there. I don't know why she got there. But end of the story, she was there. And she was deceased. Now, am I wrong? I don't feel I'm wrong. And he should not be saying these things. He should not be saying these things. And as far as AWP, they aren't contacting him because of the stuff he's saying. They don't want to be caught up in that drama. They don't want that donation from that man. Because basically, that he's saying that they're in on the conspiracy too. So why would they want to be involved with him? They're a volunteer group to go out and help grieving parents. They're not into the drama.
No, and don't think for a minute that if law enforcement gets on TV or they tell you it's black when it's white or whatever, they don't have to tell you what's in their case file. No one is thinking that, but
you have to remember that this is a minor child. We may never know what her talk screen is. We may never know a lot of the conditions her body was in. We may never know that because the parents can have that sealed because she was a minor.
Or they could say never discuss it, but they're going to have to say something to the public at some point if there's foul play. If there's foul play or if they rule it an accident. I find it odd that it's been over a week and they haven't sized up if it's an accident or not. And like Connie on here, who has lost a child, I feel very, very bad. I haven't lost a child, by the way. Thank God. I couldn't handle that. That has lost a child, to hear someone say she's not real, that's very hurtful to people that have been through what Kylie's family is going through. Let me see. Hang on.
Her parents already grieving the loss of their child and then have to listen to this kind of stuff. Or even doubt someone that their child was never real. Like I said, my first child died in 2012. The next one died in 2014. The next one died in 2018. And then I had one die just a year ago, August 9th. And now I just had another one die the 18th.
Ugh.
And then, now my first one died. He was visiting his father and he was in a trailer fire. He did save his step siblings before he died. So in our eyes, he did die a hero.
Ugh.
Because he did bring those babies out.
Absolutely.
My other four have all had medical conditions. My daughter died. She was born with a heart defect. They told her we would only have her till she was 7. We had her until 27. My son died of a brain aneurysm, which is a hereditary in my family. He was also 27. Then I had a daughter that passed away from cancer. And now my son just died of a ruptured bowel. Totally unexpected.
I understand for you, it's personal to hear something like this. I understand for you. I do. And I just have to give a disclaimer to everybody in chat that he's allowed to believe whatever he wants to believe, and you're allowed to believe him and agree with him.
Exactly. But the man won't go head to head with me.
But for those of us that are like, that doesn't make any sense, then we don't deserve to be attacked either.
Exactly. And he is attacking so many creators right now. If he wants to state his opinion and let his opinion be. But that doesn't give him the right to go after her parents or any other creators.
I just wonder how he came to this thought, because he was very, very sympathetic to her mother.
In the beginning. But that video I watched yesterday or this morning, whichever it was, my mind can't remember. He was not sympathetic to the mother. How can you be sympathetic to the mother when you're in one sentence you're being sympathetic to the mother, but the next sentence you're saying she's not real?
A lot of people take breaks from cases. They're like, look, this is too much.
Yeah.
This is too much. And that's okay to do too. And honestly, what he did yesterday, the video, again, That's his opinion.
Right.
That is his opinion. You can agree with him and say, oh, I see what he's saying. They haven't shown us an autopsy. I mean, they don't really do that, though. Hang on, we got some disruption in the back. It's okay. But I don't get if you don't agree with what he says, then you're some sort of simpleton. But if you do, you're like, you're going to get sued like Alex Jones or something. That's his opinion. Some people see where he's coming from or 100% wholeheartedly agree with him. That's why here we have a civil discussion. That's it. I gave my opinion. I believe Kylie Rodney is very real and that is her car. I also believe it doesn't look as simple as just a car accident to me. It doesn't look that way to me.
It's been said that Sammy had wet clothes and had to change. Did she drive the car in? How did she end up in the back seat? Well, me thinking, how did she end up in the back seat? She didn't have her seatbelt on and she floated back there as the car, went down. The rear end was sticking up, would stay above water longer. So she would try to get to the back seat to get air. That's but if she was intoxicated, and why did this Sammy girl have scratches and bruises on her legs? I've seen people say that. Of course I did miss a lot of it because of the dealings I've been dealing with, so I have not seen a lot of stuff out there. But I'm just very upset at what he said about this child and her grieving parents.
And of course, because you're going through the same thing right now, I've got a reverb. Do you have your YouTube app open?
I may have.
That's okay.
Because I don't know how to work this.
Okay.
Like I said, your email is the first email I've ever sent. I'm old. I don't know how to do this stuff. But I'm trying. But
I think the matter at hand is, hang on, I gotta mute you when I talk. I think the matter at hand is not one person's opinion or theory, because none of that makes a damn to the people that are trying to figure out what happened to Kylie Rodney as she went into the lake. Anyone that says, well, you don't have any facts. I seriously watched them pull her car out. I believe the guys at Adventures with Purpose that said, we found Kylie Rodney. I believe that the picture of the tag underwater, I believe, is hers. I don't think they had a duplicate tag printed somewhere and dove down there with it.
No. That's almost laughable. I don't believe that at all.
And from what I understand, the family's still waiting on answers too. This probably for them went in one ear and out the other, like, oh, come on, we're waiting on the real thing. We're waiting to find out what happened to our daughter.
Hopefully her family hasn't been anywhere near social media.
And people say, where's proof of the party? This is all we have. Again, back to what I said is the real matter at hand. This is the party. This is the picture that Sammy gave to Channel 13 News. That's what she gave. That's all we have. That's what we have. We have a surveillance picture of Kylie walking out of a store. It looks like there's some other shots, but I don't see Kylie in any of them. That's what we've got. And like we're going to believe Sam. Why on earth? That's what I'm saying. There's a ton of oddities going on, but a car being pulled out of a lake with Kylie in it, we can agree to disagree.
I can do that.
Hang on. We got our friend Jay Woody backstage. We lost Connie. It shows she's not connected right now. What's going on, Jay Woody? How are you?
Hi, Brooks. I'm good. How are you?
Good. Hey, thanks for coming up.
I'm happy to be here. It's my pleasure.
Hey, Jay
So-
Woody.
Hello.
So all of that nonsense, I mean, I shouldn't say nonsense, because if you believe it, you believe it. If you're going down that road, then that's on you. So all of that aside, we know Ryan Upchurch's opinion. What do you got for us today?
Well, first, I just wanted to say that I think in the whole world of social media these days, recently, there's a lot of demonization going on with conspiracy theory. And I can understand where the critique comes from.
Well,
But
what's wrong with thinking for yourself?
nothing's wrong with thinking for yourself.
Because
That was
I
That was actually what I was going to say next. Is someone once told me that I've carried with me ever since then, that you should believe nothing you hear or see from anyone unless you can prove it with your own volition.
Mhm. Well, and why would I understand the GoFundMe was supposed to be, they were trying to raise $150,000. I think it's up to like 63. That doesn't seem, while it's a lot of money, doesn't seem like that would really be worth it to me.
Agreed. But yeah, so I actually didn't really necessarily come on to talk about Upchurch. I have nothing against the guy. I've enjoyed watching his videos and hearing his point of view. Of course, how he came out with that last video was probably a little off the cuff.
We can agree that shocked everybody. So let's get to the matter at hand. I know you've been in chat a lot the last couple of weeks, and you've sent a ton of like really good pictures. Let me ask you before we get to it.
Mm-hmm.
This is floating around, and I'll put it up. So where the arrow is, what do you think that is from the big wild party they supposedly had?
You know, it's hard to say, and let me just preface this with I'm not an expert by any means. Of course, no one is on this case except for law enforcement probably right now. But I have been very deeply enthralled and done a lot of studying with multiple channels and multiple news articles and everything I could possibly get my hands on. And this does appear to be the picture that was taken at the area that they call the sanctuary.
Yes.
Now, that being said, it's hard to see which direction the camera's facing. But I can tell you from what I've learned, and by all accounts, that if you're up at the sanctuary, you could not see the water from there.
Okay.
So to me, what this looks like is possibly looking down the road that drives right past the sanctuary, and it could possibly be a headlight.
Okay, they're saying someone said it's headlights of a vehicle approaching. This is the original picture. That one obviously got cropped just to show that one part. That's the picture. That Sammy, good old Sammy. You know she's happy with Ryan Upchurch because no one's mentioning her anymore. You know she's happy. She's like, yeah, you're right. She's not real. Thank you. Now I can go about my life. That's what she provided right there. And so it got cropped and, blown up from there. I do agree with another creator, and I'm trying to remember who it was. It said it looks like everyone is looking in one direction. Well, I mean, I'll be damned if all these kids were standing there watching her car go down in the water. I have a hard time believing that too.
There's just too many trees in the way for her car just to run from that area straight down to the water. That's physically impossible.
Yeah. Let me put it
I
back
wondered if they were, they kept talking about a fight. Maybe they were looking at the fight or something in that picture.
looking for, because she mentioned the fun fight. If we can believe Sammy on that. Okay. Law enforcement did say we need more information on the fight. Either they're not believing Sammy or they think maybe something happened with the fight. We talked about that on the show a couple of weeks ago. So they could be looking over at that. I don't know. It looks dark. It looks dark to me.
Yeah, and Brooks, I did have a couple of things that I wanted to bring to the table.
Please.
Just some ideas. And I don't know if you were able to get the links that I sent you on Discord or not that might provide some illustration.
Let me go to Discord. That would help because I've been in here and I did not have Discord open. Are you enjoying Discord, by the way?
I am. It's a little new to me. I've been on before, but not a lot. So yeah, I like the layout and the operating system pretty well.
I have the press conference from August 22nd.
Okay, so if you could just right now have the picture of the young lady handy for whenever I bring up her name.
Oh.
You see that, right?
Yeah, I have to open up 2 tabs. Hold on. Discuss amongst yourselves. This will take me a second.
Well, I can go ahead and start.
Oh, are you going to share this? Oh, okay, go ahead.
Well, no, just my thoughts. So over the weekend, I went back and listened to the entire Twitter space Q&A with SF Investigations.
Continued.
And there was something that popped out at me. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, was when Ryan Feller was asking him a few questions. And I believe the question was, why is everybody being so quiet, not, saying what they know to law enforcement? And, I'm going to paraphrase because I don't remember exactly how everything was worded. But I believe that, is his name Steve?
Yes.
Okay, so I believe Steve responded by saying something along the lines, it's not just kids not talking to law enforcement. He said, when I went into town and I was asking questions myself, I went to a restaurant where there was a young lady there, and I asked her, hey, why do you think everyone is being so hush-hush about providing information to the law enforcement? And he said that she told him that there is a large amount of undocumented workers in this area, in this town. And let me also say, I'm not saying this with prejudice. I'm the least racist person by any means, but nonetheless, undocumented workers in the area. And that kind of rang a bell with me because I remember, and again, not making it about Upchurch, but the video with him and American Dream Chaser and Zaname. Zaname mentioned, I have video of a beautiful Hispanic party that was there at the same time. And that kind of clicked with me. And I thought, wow, there's somewhat of a connection. And then another bell went off, and I thought to myself, this reminds me of something else. What is it? If anyone else had followed the Molly Tibbetts case from almost exactly 3 years ago, August 2018, kind of a lot of parallels here. Molly Tibbetts had a ping on her Snapchat. It was like the last thing that was, law enforcement had to go on, and apparently it was from her boyfriend. And I think social media just crucified the boyfriend, stating that he had to be guilty of something because he was the last person to Snapchat her, this and that. And it turned out that they had found her body less than 15 miles away from where she lived, murdered, and unfortunately done by an undocumented worker that saw her jogging in that area. So just to give you an idea of how things cannot always be what they seem, I thought that I would bring that up.
That is a really interesting comparison because I did see the picture in there. I'm like, where's he going with Molly Tibbetts? Now you have this paused at a certain place. Is that what you meant to do when you sent it to me?
No, it should be at 1847.
Let me see if it's at 1847. All right. It's at 1242. You want 1847. I'm going to do 1830. That's easier for me. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Is that going to mess anything up? All right.
I don't believe so.
And tell me where you want me to stop it, okay?
Okay.
Guessing, and I'm going to lead us back into a trail that's not certain, so we'll wait until we have those facts and details. And as far as the car, we're not going to release any information until we've done a solid investigation on that.
Who received the first call from Adventures with Purpose, and what was that call like?
I don't know that we received a first call. I think we reached out to them after we read it online. And so I'm not sure, I mean, again, with 150 law enforcement officials, it's possible that a call came in and something happened. But from the Unified Command and talking with my partners, none of us were aware of an initial. So we tasked the investigative sergeant with contacting them and reaching out. So I believe, best I know, we did that proactively on our end.
And they contacted the family?
I think there's still some sketchy details on exactly how that contact went out. So I don't want to speak on behalf of the family.
What was it when you heard, you personally, when you heard that they might have found the car? What went through your head?
Well, I think what we all are thinking, which is hopefully this is true, and we got a lot of work ahead of us to make sure that we still do right by the family. Our biggest concern is making sure that the family has been aware of everything from day one, and that we're not shielding them, but we're also not bombarding them with things. There's a lot of ups and downs throughout this investigation, a lot of emotional turns throughout the whole thing, and our goal is to make sure we're supportive of the family throughout this whole task and doing our best in that.
How long will an investigation into the car, maybe that's for Highway Patrol or FBI, how long does an investigation to look at a car take to figure out what may have happened?
Brooks, can you pause it for a moment? I may have said the wrong timestamp. I'm so sorry.
You're okay.
What was it on whenever you got it?
It was like at 12 minutes and some change.
Okay, so it's right after he brings the guy on the far right up, and that guy says something, and then that gentleman comes back. Yeah, so right after that. Further
Forward or back?
forward, I'm sorry. Keep going. Till you see him come back up. Yeah.
Okay. Bear with me.
I defer back to the Nevada County Sheriff for that question.
Yeah, I would say that we actually have had divers, not necessarily in Prosser, but in lots of bodies of water up until even the days that they were there. There were many ponds that we were following up on Coldstream, as well as other bodies of water. So I don't know that dive teams ever discontinued. It was more of trying to still follow up on all of those things. And I believe Adventures with Purpose also had been diving at other lakes as well within the area.
Is there any time from the time that Adventures with Purpose started, how long it took them to find it?
You're talking on Prosser Lake specifically?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was relatively quickly, but I don't have an exact time. Like, again, we're gonna have to debrief with them, figure out, between putting equipment down, getting in the water, and identifying where the car was at.
Can you talk about what happened last night in terms of taking the car out? What kind of law enforcement was there, and what happened last night?
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the law enforcement partners.
Was that the right spot?
No, and I don't know why I'm not able to pick it out at the moment. I could have.
Hang on. Lisa Irwin said, I always hear something new that I missed the first time I heard it.
Well, yeah, the question we're looking for is, was there two bodies in the car or just one?
Uh,
Oh, okay.
As you see behind me, were present during that time, trying to do the best they could for ensuring that everything was done correctly, and also trying to add some levels of privacy to the best of the ability in worrying about the family and ensuring that they were covered as well. But I mean, beyond that, I don't know what your specific question is asking.
Logistically, how do you get a car out that's offshore? How does that happen? And then where does the car go? What happens? What happens from last night to when you arrived to today?
Yeah, so once the car was located, dive teams were assembled. I believe Placer County was probably still the primary dive team.
Okay, Brooks.
They've used lots of devices to lift the car.
Yes.
1550.
1550. All right.
So I just want everybody to pay attention to how he answers the question.
Okay. And the question is, how many bodies were in the car?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And guys, again, if you're just coming in, whatever your opinion is, that's your opinion. There's still some people saying, look, it's just an accident, leave all the rest alone. I am one of the people that believes it just looks weird. Something more has got to be going on. I go back to when JPL was there. She was in Truckee talking to people, and one of the deputies says, "This never happens here." So if it's that easy to turn off the beach and drive into the lake, wouldn't they have a lot more problems? That's just what it looks like to me.
I concur.
Thank you, Jules.
Again, we're just appreciative that the resources came out and were able to help us in locating.
Were there signs that the person in the car tried to escape?
I think that's too preliminary for us to be able to determine that at this time.
Was there more than one body in the vehicle?
No, there was not more than one body in the vehicle.
Okay.
Okay, why in the hell did he have to pause on that?
That is the $1 million question. Why did he have to think about that? I have a theory.
Okay, go ahead.
Just a theory. Is it possible Kylie was pregnant?
I have seen that floating around. I have seen people ask that.
Because that's a yes or no question. You know, was there one person or two in there? He had to think about it, and not just think, he had to think hard. How do I answer this question? To me, that makes the most sense. Now, of course, you know, that's a touchy subject, but that just really, really drew my attention when I watched it.
It's really got me going too, because that would be a question without hesitation.
Correct.
Brooks,
Yes.
will you play it back again, please?
You know me, girlfriend. You might see this 15 more times.
I know, and I love it.
We have a 5% chance of seeing something. You add trees and brush and bushes and dirt and all these other things, and it becomes a pretty difficult task. Even though once you find the answer, on hindsight, everything looks 20/20. The reality is it's not that simple. It is pretty complex and it's tough. So again, we're just appreciative that the resources came out and were able to help us in locating.
Were there signs that the person in the car tried to escape?
I think that's too preliminary for us to be able to determine that at this time.
Was there more than one body in the vehicle?
No, there was not more than one body in the vehicle.
That's really weird. Okay, now I'm not going to say that Jimmy Hoffa was in the car with her, but that would be a question he wouldn't even have to hesitate to answer. Then you have AWP when they talked about this. Let me see if I can find it. Hang on. There was let me see, it's something else. Where did it go? Where they said Nevada County Sheriff's Office and Placer County Sheriff's Office now have one of the biggest missing clues to their investigation. Oh, also the FBI. He said, I fully expect a lot of very heavy stuff to come from this. I found that really odd that that terminology was used. I think we talked about it last week.
It says a lot without saying a lot.
Yeah, it does. The word heavy.
A Wolf said one officer in background eyed him and the other nodded at his answer. Yeah, I don't get that. Do you know or do you not? Brooke Lanthrop said, just my opinion, but I think if it was an accident, this case would already be closed. That's what I've been saying. I figured after the autopsy on Tuesday, they make the announcement. It's confirmed. It's Kylie. Kylie Rodney in the car. Okay, we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Today's Monday. And they still haven't said cause of death drowning. You know, or
Foul play.
yeah. They've got the car and they've got Kylie. They put together accidents all the time. Some people say, well, I think they want to take a lot of extra time. Not that the government doesn't know how to waste money, but they're going to take a lot of extra time just to make sure so no one says anything. I don't think they really care what we think, honestly. So what's going on? What's your opinion on that, Jay Woody?
Oh man, there's just so much that all we can do is speculate right now. It's no wonder that so many crazy theories and YouTube videos have been put out, because we have so little to go on and so much to guess at.
Yeah. And if they're waiting on toxicology, no one's saying that she died of alcohol poisoning. No one's saying that. An accident could be because she was intoxicated. I'm still on the fence about that because the only person that has said that she was that messed up is Sammy. But Sammy also said she drank out of everything she drank out of.
I think Sammy put something in her drink.
Oh, girl. Oh, girl. Jules is going straight in.
There's been a little bit of talk too about the boat ramp. Just a little bit, not enough to have anyone do a whole show on it or anything like that. But apparently that's where law enforcement, Placer County, started when they put their divers and everyone else involved in the search in the Prosser Reservoir. And supposedly that's where they told AWE or P to start as well. And I even heard one channel say that there was a phone ping there, pointing to it being possibly Kylie's phone pinged in both the boat ramp area and the beach area. To me, it seems like it would be more likely that they may have found a ping that coincides with Kylie's phone pinging at the beach from someone else's phone. Now, of course, you can say you have to subpoena that information, but if they're looking through a log of pings and see the pings interact with each other, I don't think that you could ignore it or necessarily have to have a subpoena to log it. You know what I mean?
We've talked about this in other cases when the arrest affidavit comes out and it's explained how they obtained the information. Physically for the phone, they'll have to have a warrant. But they can check records and stuff like that without you even knowing.
Right, and that's what I'm saying.
And you're right. I saw the arrest affidavit on someone. Woolston home, exactly. If it was just an accident, we all wouldn't be here now. We wouldn't be talking about it. Upchurch wouldn't have done a video yesterday. And that's the thing. Everybody has an opinion. They have a theory. And that's what we're discussing. To me, it's weird. I mean, I still want to know why Sammy was all bruised up.
Right. I want to know how she drank everything Kylie drank, but she wasn't as shit-faced as Kylie.
I want to know why she came out like the Kool-Aid man and called Adventures with Purpose liars.
Yeah.
But yet has said nothing about anything else. She just went radio silent. Somebody shut her up the Thursday after, not just her though, all the kids went radio silent on that Thursday, I believe, after Kylie disappeared. And then she comes out the next Sunday. Well, not the next Sunday, I guess the Sunday after when Kylie was found. And then another oddity to me, one of many, is what the investigator said. He said, I confirm that Kylie was familiar with Prosser. We talked about that. Her grandpa said, she knows this area. She knows it. It was not first party there. She was also very experienced driving back roads and off-road. We've seen the video. She had been driving Coldstream and the train tunnels before she got her license. It's a private gated road. She snowmobiles off also. So
she knows how to handle a vehicle.
Yeah.
And
Why
when
there's
you could,
no other accidents? If all of these kids, according to Sammy, there is drugs coming out the wazoo. You name the drug, it was at that party. I've called it often Woodstock 2022. I mean, they had it. And we only have one accident that night. No other kid was hurt. There was no other fender bender, nothing. Just Kylie at this huge party.
yeah, and when you couple that with the fact that it was said that she never drank and drive or didn't drink and drive, that she was completely transparent with her mother, that she always contacted her mother if she was going to be out past her curfew, to me, that appears to be more circumstantial evidence of why she would not drive into the lake than why she actually would.
Right. I agree. She seemed very responsible for 16 years old as far as being transparent with her mother.
Yeah, I couldn't have been that open with my parents as a teenager.
No.
I'm going to put the link. I'm going to take this down, put the link up if Mr. Upchurch wants to come up and talk. He said, what do y'all think? Y'all think they're full of shit. I think there's a lot more to this than an accident, like we've been saying, as far as Kylie not being real or however that was. I think she was definitely a real person. So if you want to come up, you're welcome to. I'll put the link right here. Copy. And again, we all have our opinions. We have our theories. We can agree to disagree. But this, when I saw that from the investigator, I confirmed that Kylie was familiar with Prosser. Okay, so lots of people vacation in that area. Lots of people vacation in that area. All right. And how come there's not more and more and more of these accidents? People drive around at night. Alcohol is very popular. Okay. Alcohol is very popular. So when the deputy said to JPL, this never happens here. This never happens here.
But it was an annual party.
If we can even believe that. Have you ever planned a party? It took you all year to plan it, and you leave early and you ask the most drunk person there to take you home? Would you do that?
No, ma'am. That is not what I would do. And I think that if Kylie were that messed up and she did have such transparency with her mother, she would have texted her mom back and said, please come get me. I can't drive right now.
I think that she would have had that I believe she did have that relationship with her mom, that she wouldn't have been afraid to say, I can't make it home. I'm too drunk, just from what I'm hearing. Okay. And I don't mean from Sammy, but I also want to know how you can be that messed up in your mind, not just in your mind, sorry. That intoxicated, but you think to do the responsible thing and say, I'm going to be a little bit late. I'm going to be a little bit late. That doesn't make sense to me at any age. At any age.
Yeah, I agree 100%. She was transparent with her mom about everything, probably way more than we could ever imagine. I just don't
think
see.
so too. I think the homeschooling bond, her being homeschooled and all, she just had a really tight bond with her mom, and they were like best friends. That was her best friend.
Well, and we've already forgotten a lot of stuff that happened early on. How come when Sammy was talking to the Daily Mail, she compared the party to the Lord of the Flies? By the way, great book, great movie. I hate what cancel culture has done to it. What an odd comparison for one, a girl of her age. Is that not freaking weird? She's 18.
Yeah, what would she even know about the Lord of the Flies at 18?
Did I say Lord of the Rings or Lord of the Flies?
No, you said flies.
Flies.
Okay,
Flies.
thank you.
I might have said ring. I'm sorry.
No, you didn't. I had to go back in my brain and say, I hope I said it right. So again, if you believe it's an accident, that's your opinion. If you believe it's foul play, you might have come to the right place, because nothing adds up. If you think it's all a hoax, then that's your opinion. I did say several weeks ago, I said, wouldn't it be the shits if these kids are playing some kind of social media experiment on us? Now I changed my tune when I saw a car rolling backward out of the lake. So everybody in chat, I'm going to put the link back up. Hey, Cher, what's up, girlfriend? Refresh my memory, because like I said, even though it's only been a few weeks, there's already so many things that have slipped our mind. What was the oddest thing to you guys that was said either by Sammy, 10-Minute Mags, any of the above? Because there's always something that sticks out in different people's minds.
I think 99% of everything that Sammy said was odd and out of the ordinary. But something that jumped out at me was she loves the water.
She loves to swim. When she did that interview with Tony, what's the name of his channel? Hang on.
American Dream Chaser.
Yeah, yeah. And 1 minute she's kind of trailing off where she said we were talking about random things. And then she says, I don't remember. And she kind of trails off. But then she gets to like where she's really trying to hone in a message about, she's basically love bombing her. Just talking about how wonderful Kylie is. And then she goes into the loves to swim. Some people say, well, that's a Freudian slip or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know, but it scared the hell out of me the way she said it.
She's been my number one suspect from the day she opened her mouth.
Well, she kind of painted herself in that light, don't you think? She painted herself right in the corner.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
You don't give statements like this and expect no one to say, okay, friend missing, your stories do not add up. 18 drunk or whatever, something's not adding up here, hun. It looks like you're driving the sus bus. She said, I had the last call to her. I was the last person pretty much who knows what was happening. What the hell? Then we hear 12:36, but they said the phone goes off grid at 12:33. Some people are like, Brooks, don't be stupid. She just got it off by 3 minutes. Who uses minutes to describe the time? If you ask me what time it is right now, I'm going to look at my computer or my phone. I'm going to say 2:39 p.m. because I'm looking at it. If you say, hey, what time did Jules come backstage? Like around 1:15. I'm not going to be like 1:12 p.m. It's going to be a roundabout time. But she said 12:36. And with her motor mouth going all around the internet up until Thursday of that week, she never corrected it. She never said, oh, I must have been wrong. Let me think about that. She
is so to the point in what she says.
I tend to psychoanalyze these people. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
I tend to psychoanalyze people that are in front stage speaking. And whenever I first saw Sammy speaking, my immediate thoughts was, this girl was probably captain of her debate team, knows how to control a conversation, wants to be the center of attention, and as it progressed, it was blatantly obvious that she was wanting to paint a picture for more reasons other than just to explain her side of the story. And I've always thought from the beginning, when she said that she called her at 12:36,
36.
was that she probably really did call her at 12:36 and had that on her phone log, and was able to show law enforcement. And that's why it was such a firm number. Whether she spoke with her or not, that's a different story.
Whether she spoke with her or not, because wasn't that the big question? Or what you talk about? You already said she was too drunk to give you a ride home. What could the conversation have been about? And we kept asking, how does she know she had the last call to her?
Yeah, there's no way she would know that.
Unless she had the phone.
Well, right.
Sammy had the phone.
That is one thing I thought about too, especially the text to her mom. She mentions when she was talking to Tony, this is Sammy, and she said something about texting her mom. I've said it for weeks. I'm saying it today. I don't know that Kylie sent that text. I don't know that she did. Somebody knew she had a curfew, because you can't be that intoxicated to the point that, well, not only will nobody offer you a ride home or get you home safely, that they won't ride with you, but that she messages her mom to say she's going to be a little bit late, but she's that intoxicated.
And have you ever seen, I know somebody in chat has drunk text before. It's not an accurate text.
Sent them and received them. You're like, what language is this?
Yeah.
Harley Yaya, what a cool name. Thank you for becoming a member. We have a members live later today, guys. We do. Coming up in a few hours. Duke Farrow World is backstage. Let's say hi to Duke. Hello, Duke. How are you today?
I'm doing all right. What's up?
Not much. Nice to meet you. So are you thinking that this was an accident or that there's foul play involved?
There's always foul play involved when it comes to these cases, and people have detailed information about what took place. Always.
So what was the oddest thing to you? Because we wouldn't be sitting here all this time later, and I mean from when they found the car, if this was an accident.
Well, you know, the preciseness of the time. I mean, I've been talking about it. I listened to it, and you know, some people, like even when people smoke weed and drink, some people get a little bit more intelligent. Some people get more precise with detail. So, I mean, just hearing what that lady said, I really feel like, yeah, she knows a lot more than what's going on.
Sammy?
Yeah. She seems jealous. You know, like in a lot of stories where there's like the jealous friend, and hold on, let me see. There was a case where, what was this lady's name? She had killed her best friend. It was something that I was watching on TV. Say it again.
Skylar Niece. Skylar Niece.
No. Well, okay. Well, there was a lady who was involved. She was a detective there was a female detective that was like a girlfriend to the lady, but her best friend, you know, her she was giving her testimony or whatever. They eventually found her best friend in her backyard buried after all the detailed testimony that she was giving police officers or whatever. So most of the people that are like really close to a person and they give all of this detailed information and like I'm hearing like where's the phone? Where's the phone at? How do you know so much? You know, like who had the phone?
This morning, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
We were just talking this morning. We had a show this morning about Michaela Jones. Her mother was up, and the law enforcement was trying to pass this off as an accidental overdose. Yet they moved Michaela's body, torched her phone, used something to smash it, and threw it in the water. And
Okay.
for a second autopsy that showed she had a fractured skull.
What town was or what state and town was Michaela
Missouri.
situation?
You can just look up Michaela Jones. The show was on this morning.
Okay, I see that.
You're
Yeah, a lot of
echoing.
this. Yeah, a lot of this small town stuff. It's easy to hide evidence and obstruct justice. It's easy. Nobody's really looking into it. Nobody really cares. But one thing though, I want to talk about is the tragedy pimps on the internet. I'm coming for you. Y'all have a great day.
So he says it's foul play too. He said it's always foul play.
That's what he said. Bob, go ahead.
Who's Bob? You mean Jay Woody?
Jay Woody, I'm sorry.
Oh, well, usually if it walks like a duck, quacks like a duck,
Like a duck.
it's probably a duck. I think there's a lot to be said about that. But, just as I was stating before, Molly Tibbetts' case, everybody swore that the boyfriend did it. Turned out not to be the case. We should always keep an open mind and look at all points of views and any kind of extra information we can get to give us insight.
Well, and to me, it's like with Sammy, I'm not accusing her of anything except for, being a bad friend and inserting herself where it was not helpful at all. Because as we sit here today, we don't even know if a crime has been committed. We don't know. They have not said anything official at all. At all. At all.
Mom is the word.
Yeah. Like I said, it's been over a week. They have the car. They have Kylie. At least they have a cause of death. If it's drowning, most people will go away. Honestly, they'd be like, all right, I see now. It was an accident. Now there's going to be some that are going to be like, well, now hang on.
I feel like that if there is foul play involved and the police do know that and they have not come forward to make that statement, that they're doing an injustice to that community. I would want to know if someone in my community was possibly involved with someone else's murder.
I would definitely want to know. Isn't that part of, public safety? Not saying that there's a murderer on the loose. It could just be they covered up an accident that happened at the party. You know what I mean? But wouldn't you want to put the public's mind at rest? I would think so. And what is this? Sammy's clothes were wet. Is this just another rumor? Because, everything looks bad enough where she's concerned. We don't even know a crime's committed. All right. Asterisk right there. I don't want to pile it on with something that didn't happen. I mean, even when I talk about Dawn and Candace Wells, I'm like, look, it's bad enough. I don't want to make things worse for Summer with rumors. So, I don't need to ask how her clothes got wet. Were her clothes wet? Where did this come from?
I'd like to know that too, because that's not documented in anything that has any kind of gravity.
I have only seen that in some comments. I have not seen anything documented either.
Okay, Jamie Lunas said that's not confirmed. Keep out of eyes. Yeah, ridiculous.
You know, then that's just another thing that goes back to conspiracy theories. You know, someone mentions one opinion on one YouTube channel, and then someone else takes that and runs with it and says that's what happened, and before you know it, there's all kinds of misinformation going around.
Spreads like a fire.
Oh, you got that right. And there's enough weird stuff here. You don't need to add to it. You can just look at what was said very early on. That's the reason people went, what? I mean, at first it looked like, poor girl had an accident. Then it was like, why are people talking about this if she had an accident? Then you start seeing what was being said. And this was just on the news. This is before she talked to Tony. And we're like, none of this shit's making sense. These kids don't even know how to keep their story straight. Jamie Lunas, exactly. Remember the game telephone. Okay, hang on. Jason said, Church never said that Kylie doesn't exist. He said the whole case is fake. Not his fault. People make shit up on him. Then I heard it wrong. And I think a lot of other people did too. And that's why I was saying, I believe she's real. I believe the car is real. I believe Adventures with Purpose found the car. I believe that is her tag. And I believe that on the news, they were pulling it out of the lake. My question is, how did it get there? Were those kids still at the party? Let's say that she left the party before the 12:33 mark, which would have to be anyway. I shouldn't have said it that way. I hope they weren't all standing around still partying while she was out there sinking in the lake. And that was the reason for the mass exodus. Jules is back.
Back.
Let's see, what was this? Oh, never mind. That's the wrong one. This is just the tweet I put up that Court K got back from the investigator about whether the family hired the investigator. He said he was a volunteer, then got to know her father and grandfather while he was in Truckee. He said they've stayed in touch since he was located. And I actually had another. Oh, actually, that I can't put up. Never mind. We can talk about that later. I can't put that up yet.
And Brooks, that's another thing about the train of cars leaving at 12:30 that I've always questioned myself. If you remember, one of the locals that posted a video of driving the roads through the campgrounds, I think her name was Verna. She said in another chat, or actually on another channel, that from where the quote unquote family that was camping out that saw the train of cars leaving at 12:30, she said from where they were at, they wouldn't have been able to see cars leaving the sanctuary area because they would be going in the opposite direction. So if they saw a train of cars, they would have to be coming down from the beach area.
Okay, say that again. I got to think about this.
So if there was a train of cars leaving,
Yeah, they said at 12:30, correct? Around
right,
that time.
if those cars were leaving the sanctuary area, that wouldn't have been visible from the family campground or whichever part of the campground that eyewitness stated they seen it from. The only thing that they would have been able to see is the beach area where her car was pulled from.
That makes sense because JPL was talking about that.
Yes.
Well, and also I think about what JPL was saying when she talked about the road, and she said she couldn't have been going, I'm paraphrasing, any kind of speed because the potholes are so big. The potholes are so big. She said it's just a very, very, very rough road. We watched there's a few videos floating around. There's one I want to show, but it's on Facebook. The lady may not want her name out there. So I sent her a message. Hopefully she gets back with me because it shows even more. And let me see. Let me find the one that I had up the other day. Hang on.
You can see the ruts in the road from one of those videos I watched too.
Yeah, it blew my mind. Okay, hang on. I'm gonna put it up. It's on Twitter. Hang on.
Yeah, everything I've seen from a local that's been actually on site has stated the same thing. You can't drive over 5 miles per hour.
And we had our own local there, JPL. JPL was there.
Certainly appreciated everything she's done.
She's awesome. She took this really hard, and it about made me shit and fall back in it when she said she asked at the community meeting, she said she asked about the parking, and it seemed to raise an emotion out of Sammy, and I didn't understand why. I don't care if you're 18, 28, 38, 48, 58, why a question about parking would upset anyone.
Right. Lots of respect for JPL.
And then when I saw this video, not that I doubted JPL, I just got a better idea of just how rough that road is. So this lady, she's there at night. People say, oh no, it's pitch black. You can't even see your hand in front of your face. Well, I mean, I have bad night vision. Not that it's nighttime here right now. And I mean, I can see light in the sky. Someone explained the moon that night. I mean, it wasn't like 12 o'clock noon bright, but they said, no, there was definitely a reflection, and there's always a reflection off the water anyway.
I mean, anyway, she was able to make it down this way. I mean, that's my opinion. We're not sure of that, but all right. So here we're going to come to another T in the road. So to the right, so you see that tree in front of us, to the right is another way to get down to the water. And that actually will swing around to the other side of the campground area where I saw that water in the distance. That was more shallow. There is some deeper water over there. But most likely she turned this way. So she went left here, okay? There is, to the left of me on the ground, there's quite, down there, there's quite a big crevice, but her car would have made it, but it's kind of a deep crevice. I'm sure water, when it rains, it gets kind of muddy, and I hear a lot of people get stuck out here. Back to when I was here on the 17th, we got a sudden downpour, and it got pretty muddy in the location I was at, so I had to get out to make sure I didn't get stuck. Okay, so here's the road heading down. At the end of my headlights, you can see that's the precipice or the point where she most likely entered the water. That's where all the vehicles were on Sunday.
Okay, now mind you, this is just on Twitter. This is a video that was taken on Twitter and posted to Twitter. I see water as you get closer. I mean, I don't see pitch black where you don't see an end of a road. Are you guys looking at it?
Yes.
Yep. Gemini Moon says It was a full moon that night.
But they call it a different type of moon. It's like a
I think someone said waning.
yeah. I just, especially with what Grandpa said and what the investigator said, I confirmed that Kylie was familiar with Prosser. It was not her first party there. She was also very experienced driving back roads and off roads. And I get people come out and they're like, yeah, but if you're really, really drunk, no. But then again, the only verification of being really, really drunk is Sammy. I just think something's not adding up.
It's not.
None of this adds up, and that's what's so frustrating.
Nothing adds up.
Nothing at all. Well, I'm going to start wrapping this up. That's pretty much all we have for today. We have a members live later this afternoon and a couple of shows tomorrow. So everybody hit the sub, and I don't know what in the world YouTube is doing, but people aren't getting their reminders as usual. So I guess you hit their remind all. Do you have remind all on, Jules?
What's Ryan? Hold on, I'm reading. Ryan said, I can't get anyone to tell me if I can come in or not. I don't know what he's talking about. It's in chat.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see it, Brooks?
Yeah, there's the link. There's the link.
There's the link, Ryan. Grab it.
I thought I slowed the chat down. Misty Dew said a full moon is going to illuminate the water. Yup.
Yeah, even with cloud cover, there's still illumination from the moon that gives off a lot of light.
Yeah, and she knew the area. I mean, according to the investigator, it wasn't her first party out there. The only person saying that she was so messed up that barely knew her own name was Sammy.
She's the only person we've heard say that.
And of course, Ronnie's cousins.
Uh-huh.
Sorry.
No, I laughed about that too.
That was good.
That's what I was saying the other day. I'm like, we got Sammy and Ronnie's cousins. Sammy even goes, to prove her point, to prove how drunk Kylie was, to prove her point, she wouldn't take a ride with her. And I'm like, okay, but you didn't make sure she got home safely. And I know, kids will be kids and all that stuff. Somebody there would have. I really believe that somebody would have been like, no, she's falling down. She's going to hurt herself. There's one Boy Scout in every crowd, guys. That doesn't make any sense. Brooks said, and did anyone have any pictures of her at the party? That's another oddity. When the police kept saying, look, up, there he is. Well, you stirred up all kinds of trouble, didn't you? Now, are you honestly saying that Kylie's not a real person?
Can you show me proof that she is a real person?
Just pictures and videos of her, my friend.
Ain't good enough. Ain't no videos of her talking.
There's a video of her from a couple of years ago. I don't know if it's on Mom's Instagram or Facebook or what.
Here's what I know. I know that the Placer County Sheriff Department is in my DM being like, hey, bro, delete that picture. So I went to the Sheriff's Department in my town, and they're like, what the fuck? They were like, who's telling you that? And I was like, this person. They were like, give me that. I'm writing that down. And I gave them my number, and they said they'll get back to me. And that's doesn't sound like normal cop behavior.
Now, what picture? The one of Angela?
Mm-hmm.
Now, is that, some people are saying that other chick isn't, what's her name, Zanime or whatever?
Oh, hang on. Let me look. What picture? Let's see.
What are you going to do about the police in your DMs?
Nothing. I don't think they're real. That's definitely anime. What the fuck? How can you mistake that?
It looks like her to me, because what I'm saying is, this is a really strange coincidence. But then again,
why would they tell me to delete a picture of a cop that is in a cop outfit on their show with all the cops? You know?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, if that's a picture of her, correct? Obviously, you didn't Photoshop anything, and no, I'm not accusing you of that.
Nah, yeah. I mean, I don't know. That's weird. I mean, the first DM was. Let me look and see what it says.
There's many videos. They've been on the news and everything of Kylie singing. She's got a guitar. She's with her grandpa, I believe.
I don't think that's the same person.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Why?
Well, I mean, it looks exactly like her.
There ain't enough pictures to know. There ain't enough pictures to know if that looks like her or not. There's only 2 pictures that are real. That even look remotely real.
Well, what about when you were on the show the last time and I put the picture up? I believe Mags was in the picture because we were talking about how she looked like Courtney Love.
Me?
And then yeah, last week before. And then she had the white.
Who looks like Courtney Love?
Oh, let me find the picture of Mag. Hang on, let me find it. Give me a minute.
10-minute Mags.
10-minute Mag, yeah.
Where'd it go?
Yeah, these pictures are bullshit, dude. This ain't even real. There's not even a picture of her beside her car. I mean, come on.
Well, this one on the screen, that's her that's Kate's Instagram.
That girl don't look like she's fucking 18.
Who, Matt?
These don't look like high school kids. These look like fucking drugged out 24, 25-year-olds.
And that's the hoodie that we were talking about because you said it's a guy's hoodie.
This is like, we're talking about endless. We're talking about. They already said the hoodie don't matter. I don't understand the hoodie part.
I guess it's because law enforcement was saying that they had verification that not only did she have the black one on, Lana Del Rey.
See what I'm saying? They're like, oh, she was wearing this clothes. Oh, wait, no, this clothes. Oh, wait, no, this clothes. And so everybody gets confused.
Well, then how come Sammy didn't mention anything about the 2 hoodies at the party? Sammy kept saying that she just had on that bodysuit because they went to pee together because it snapped in the crotch because they peed
That's
together.
another outfit. It's a different outfit again. Respectfully, Ryan, you're a turd bird. Respectfully, you're fucking stupid. I mean, what do you mean tell you? I mean, if you got 10 people telling you that she wore 5 different fucking outfits, I mean, hello.
I think it's odd that Sammy, who says she knows everything that was happening that night, and she was the last person to talk to her, she had the last call and everything, somehow missed the wardrobe changes throughout the night.
Yeah. Nothing makes sense. It's not supposed to make sense, though. It's because it's a fucking scam. Anybody who's been on fucking the internet for 2 years knows this is a scam. It's catfishing. Like, it's every angle of catfishing. None of this is real. That you mean to tell me this chick right here and this hoodie is Kylie? No, that looks nothing like her. Hey, sweetheart. Give me some sugar. It's coming down out there, huh?
Those big booms?
Yeah.
Well, what
I'm
about
gonna go,
have you talked to Jagger at all?
What's that?
Have you talked to Jagger at all? Because he has a lot of pictures of him and Kylie together.
Where?
He did a whole video. Well, there's one I know on Plunder's channel that he had a video of him and Kylie together. See, there's him and Kylie right there.
I can't tell if that's Kylie or not. That don't even look like her forehead. Her whole face is covered up.
Hang on, let me find another picture. I gotta get it out of my phone. I think it's in my phone. It might be in my email.
Brooks, while you're looking for that, Ryan, do you mind if I ask a question?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Yeah, can you clarify if Adventures with Purpose accepted your donation, or what's the situation around that?
I actually have not talked to them at all. We email. I had my manager send some emails. God damn, that was loud. I have my manager send them some stuff. I haven't heard back from them yet, but they have been busy too, so I don't know.
All right, good to know. Appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, I have to send myself this picture to put it up.
Hell yeah, I got a girlfriend, motherfucker. How y'all doing, chat? Ryan Upchurch is fake. Was that his cousin? That's the dumbest fucking comment I've seen so far. There's not a photo of Kylie at no party. Stop lying. I don't know why the chat's lying. You're putting out false information. What are you doing?
Hang on. I'm trying to load this. Bear with me.
Do your thing. I'm sus of everybody, bro.
Did you see the I guess I'm going to call it a tribute, I guess, that Jagger put out for Kylie?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Non miedi alla polizia.
I'm trying to find the tweet where law enforcement says they know she was at the party.
They full of shit.
Well, then who was at the party?
Ain't no party. What party?
Well, I have questions about the party too.
Bro, that party ain't real. There's shit. Somebody sneezed in my town. Somebody filmed it. It's on 30 Facebooks. They sneezed the wrong way. This big ass party planned for 3 months and ain't nobody fucking have a video. You know what I mean?
Oh, they said it's an annual party they've been planning all year. So then why did Sammy leave the party that she supposedly was planning early?
Because it ain't real. None of it's real. Look at all the cops in the damn press conference. They're all wearing different colors. And not even different colors as in like blue, green, and tan. Like there's like 3 different color tans, 3 different color blues, different color greens. Like, nah, dude. Anybody that knows police and police departments knows that shit is off. They look like that's a costume. Why you think there's no why? And not only that, bro, I'm not even a cop. They all got different badges. One of them got a Texas Ranger badge on it. Looks like none of the outfits are actually fitted. It looks like they all look like they're fucking either large, medium, or small. And you mean to tell me if they're this big fucking police department and got all these police departments, they got what? These plastic things in the background that are obviously pushed together? Shit.
All right, I just put on the screen. Hang They were tweeted, "Are you able to confirm that Kylie Rodney attended the party before she went missing?" And they replied, "Yes."
She attended the party before she went missing. Listen to that sentence. They answered that.
Well, how did that car get in the lake, and whose body's in the lake?
Who fucking knows? You think if it was like a big deal and they had like 9,000 hours and listen, no offense, but everybody in the comments saying that I'm crazy, listen to the fucking sentence I'm saying. They spent 9,000 hours apparently looking for somebody with air support. Did you hear that? He said fucking air support and divers, and they couldn't find somebody in a little lake in 9,000 hours. Why is it all faked? Are you serious? Hello, they probably made $700,000 in GoFundMe's. It's free money. What do you mean? Well,
there's one GoFundMe. It's only $60,000. That wouldn't orchestrate all of this, would it? I don't think so.
Orchestrate what?
I mean, what we're talking about. I mean, the car in the lake, all the searches and stuff like that. I mean, I only know of one GoFundMe, and it's up to like $60,000.
I know, and I don't know of where's the searches at. They no video of nobody searching. Show me a video of 9,000 man hours of searching. 0. None. You see Exanime's fat ass trying to get in a canoe, apparently. That's it.
And that's weird that she was out there kayaking.
Yeah. Not only that, her ass don't even speak good English. What do you mean she's in the military and she don't speak good English? What? She has platinum blonde hair in her camis. You're not allowed to do that. That's not a thing. No, dude. Why are y'all saying AWP is lying, bro? No one is saying anything about AWP. The people that are doing that are in here, I know what y'all are, dude. I live in Nashville, okay? The mainstream media is right down the street. You guys are paid for. People can pay for bots to talk shit. Everyone knows that.
Everybody be respectful. Everybody has an opinion. You don't have to agree with my opinion, Ryan's opinion, anybody's opinion. Just
yeah.
All right. So here's a picture of Kylie. I believe this is one that Jagger took.
Is it a picture of Kylie? We don't even know if that's a real person, though. There's no documents. You know what I mean? I could show you a picture of somebody that you ain't never seen before and be like, this is Larry. It might be Ted. Who knows? Why do you think they didn't put out an Amber Alert for a 16-year-old? Because they can't put out an Amber Alert. They're not real cops. What are they going to do? Call the other cops and be like, hey, put out this Amber Alert on this fake person.
This is what they said about the Amber Alert. They said, according to CHP Truckee, there are 4 criteria that all need to be met for an Amber Alert to be issued. Confirmation that an abduction had occurred. The victim is 17 or younger or has a proven mental or physical disability. The victim is in imminent danger of death or serious bodily injury. Information is available that, if given to the public, could help with the recovery. It said CHP Truckee told KCRA3 that 3 of the 4 are currently met in the case.
That's bullshit. When does that Amber Alert go out? I'm going to Google it. Oh, they're lying. It's only 3 things. The child is in imminent danger of a bodily injury or death. There's a description of the child, an abductor, or a vehicle. All 3 things. Perfectly fine.
Did I say it wrong? Hang on.
No. I'm saying they're lying. There's not 3 things. There's not 4 things. There's only 3 things.
They only have to have 3?
Yep, they only got to do 3. It's the child is 17 years of age or younger. The child is in imminent danger of bodily injury or death. And there is a description of the child, abductor, or vehicle. She definitely met all them 3.
Well, and then I have a
They had
question.
to add one. That's why it's on a. They could have easily just Googled Amber Alert and screenshotted the first thing that popped up, but they didn't. They made a Microsoft Word thing and just added one thing and was like, nope, she doesn't apply for one.
What about the people that are saying, and I'm one, that we're still side-eyeing Sammy? We think something happened that night.
Sammy's ass is older than what she says she is. She's not, and that's not her name, I don't think. Otherwise, why would she dip out? Not only that, you could tell they all fucking are doing drugs or some shit because I mean, look, they're already tripping over each other's story. Because when the Placer Sheriff Department, apparently the quote unquote Placer Sheriff Department, you know, the one that comments on celebrities' pages and goes, "Hey, bro, delete that picture." That the police department is the same police department that let this fucking chick Sammy just get up there and talk about random shit all the time.
Well, what about her dad that was on the beach and her grandpa and her mom?
I didn't see them.
Yeah, let me see. I have a picture of her dad on the beach.
I sound like I'm crazy daddy Don Wells. What the fuck? Don't call me daddy, bro. Only girls can do that. What the fuck you doing? Anne Hetch does exist. What are you saying? Like, is something wrong with the fucking crime community? What is wrong?
And Hayes used to be on Another World. She played Marley and Vicky.
She's definitely real. Well, I'm not saying that Anne Hesh is fake. Am I saying that there is a fake news channel putting fake Anne Hesh news out? Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing. That's what they do. That's the scam. Ryan's going to be in handcuffs. Yeah, a guy that lives in Tennessee is going to be in handcuffs by some dumb fucking fake cops. Yeah, I don't think so.
All right. Enough of that. Hang.
Oh no, you don't make the rules. Goodbye.
Well, crap. I wasn't talking about him. I was talking about people messing with him. I was going to ask a question. Crud. He thought I was talking about him. I was listening to his theory. Well, apologies. I wasn't talking about him because I had some more questions. I mean, more pictures to show him.
Yeah.
Well, that sucks.
He got mad at me, guys, because he thought I was trying to tell him not to talk, and I was talking about some people in chat that were trying to argue. Well, so much for my pictures I was loading. What to do?
You know, I can somewhat understand where he's coming from. There's not a lot of information on Kylie on the internet. The party is sketchy. The friends are sketchy. The police department, with the information they provided, is sketchy. But it's really hard to say someone doesn't exist.
That's what I wanted to kind of talk to him about. Not necessarily, I mean, of course, we all know Kylie exists. But I fully disagree with him on the way.
I hope the connection's not on my end. We lost Jules. We had robot Jules.
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
No, everybody can have an opinion. I want to hear what everyone thinks because it's a weird situation. It's just beyond weird.
100%.
That's why I said, in here, we just agree to disagree.
I can respect that you gave him time to explain himself.
Well, he misunderstood because I was talking about something else. He thinks I was talking about him, but I wasn't.
Yeah, and he's probably reading the chat too, where a lot of people were bashing him.
Yeah, and we only have a few moderators, so it's kind of hard to keep up.
No doubt.
But that's
Maybe you'll get another chance.
That's all right. I mean, at the end of the day, we're all still friends, you know. But I mean, that's his take. That's his theory on the case. That it just none of this is real. I think it's real, but I just think there's foul play. What do you think, Jay?
I think that more evidence points to foul play than not.
Yep, more to foul play. That's my take on it. That's my take on it. So I'm going to start wrapping this up, guys. We're going to have, like I said, a couple more shows tomorrow, and we have a members live this evening. I got to look what time I scheduled that for.
Yeah, what time is that?
6 o'clock Central, I think.
Okay.
And I wasn't giving him any rules. I was saying, like, in chat, like, let's not inflame any situation. And he got mad and he left. Looks like foul play to me.
I second that.
You got it. All right, guys. Thank you. I know it's been a crazy show, but that's okay. That's okay. We don't always have the same opinion.
Thank you so much for allowing me to come on today. It's been a pleasure.
I appreciate it, especially that clip that you drew our attention to. Why did he have to do a double take on how many bodies are in the car?
Definitely is suspect.
We are going to talk more about that on our next show for Kylie. Hey, I'll see you over in Discord, okay, my friend?
All righty. Have a good day.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Brittany said, but doesn't everyone get an opinion? 100%. Absolutely. That's the reason we come together and we talk. You know, what are you thinking? Everyone sees something different. There's some people that are like, leave it alone. It's just an accident. I'm not seeing just an accident. I could be proven wrong. It's happened before. It's happened before. Don't worry. So anyway, guys, thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Like I said, hit the bell, whatever, the remind all, I guess is what it is. And that way, you know, when we go live. And yeah, this case is driving me crazy too. So anyway, I'll see you guys back here for the members live this evening. There's our friend Justice for All. Hey, Justin. And as always, thanks for being the best community and best chat on YouTube. I'll see you in between shows on Discord. You guys are the best. See you later. Bye-bye.